that's good. Microphone is unmuted. What does it say now? Your microphone is unmuted, but has no signal, but it's moving. And I need to check. Streaming or not. You can actually hear me. Get off of other people's content. Housing 101. I don't know if you can hear this chat. Getting started. Creating your first home in the World of Warcraft. Years after I said I wanted a house in World of Warcraft. There's finally a house. But I don't know if I'll be there to have one. Never know. Alright, let's see if you can actually hear me. Alright. Is there sound? 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 Yeah, there's sound. Let me turn down the music. Yeah, there's sound. Yeah, I can hear myself. Working. I don't know what these weird airs. Yeah, I can hear myself. Hello? Hello? I don't like my video because I'm sure that's never happened very often, so do it now. The other thing too is since I'm not on Twitch, I don't have my my fun emotes. You can barely hear me though. It's pretty low. But this earbud is low too, so let me put my other earbud in. You can barely hear me though. It's pretty low. But this earbud is low. This earbud's better. For some reason my right earbud is different than my left earbud. Maybe because it's just like too... I don't know whether... I don't know why. I have it up for the chat. Preference. Okay, so go through trades month. Want to do that, but Bitcoin. Like everything back. It was the best trade, and then it became the worst trade. So there you go. But maybe what solves that problem is you follow your rules. That's all I can say. Alright, let's... I look kind of crazy. I'm cold. I look a little bundled up. It is cold. It's a little chilly here, chat. It's so chilly. Mode that changes color. Sound. This mode? Changing colors though. We'll just let it do that. Changing colors. I don't think it's a particular pattern, but my thing is all out of whack. Whole border thing is whack. There we go. Got moved. Alright, let's go ahead and go. To work on creating the image chat. Sidetrack. Why does it have to do all like this stuff? Like all this, it always has like these little, like, I know it's a brain or whatever, but how do I use it? How do I actually, oh, there we go. I like that it categorized them. Take it. Let it go. There we go. I've worked on this, so we do have a distinct set of tags we can use. So I do have that. We do have a take profit strategy. We're kind of using the wheel, but not really. I can't really, only on certain things, and then those certain things only have weeklies, so I'm not really using the wheel. It's more like vertical spreads. I can't really be assigned the stuff that I'm doing. No, it's not really the wheel strategy, so we kind of need to change that. Or maybe try the wheel strategy next year on something. So it'll be next year that I would do that. I kind of like this AI thing. Maybe I'll do another one. I'll do one for the end of the year. We'll make it real. Some of these things are happening. Some of them aren't. I'll put this back into, I haven't used ChatGPT in a minute, so I might go back in and use it, put in my trades and like ask it some questions. I also have a trades viz for that too. Drow tanker's coming? Okay. Yep, continue to use it as a partner to optimize and troubleshoot strategy. That's what I'll do today. So this has worked. The 0DTE trade is actually pretty good. I think here it's like 400, so the month. I'm doing it for 2 months now. I have to do verticals. I can't really do cash secure puts on the SPY and the Q, but that's netted about 400 and some dollars on the 0DTE strategy. For the last 2 months that I've done it, my biggest trade was still the futures trade on the tariff news. That was still the biggest trade of the year, so we'll review that in December. So New Year's Eve will be that, and I can't have any positions at the end of the year, so I'm just gonna day trade for the rest of the year and see how that works out. I think that's hopefully it's a strategy that I can continue into the new year. I don't particularly want to do call spreads because those aren't successful for me, but if the market goes down, that's going to be the only option, so I'll have to figure out how and when to best put those on, and you know, when to use them. Do you get dings for strato tankers? Oh shit. Oh, we are down this month, so I took some big hits. Basically everything I made in Bitcoin I lost in Bitcoin. So that's a message to follow your rules, because initially when it was going down, I was like, oh, well, it'll come back. And I didn't want to sell it at my rules, because it's like 1.5 or whatever. And you're supposed to get rid of these positions. And if I had done that, I probably would have been in a better place. It smells really good. But I didn't do that, and so I lost everything I gained. So that's kind of the problem there. But we'll follow our rules. I think that's the biggest lesson from this, is that like just follow your rules. And I, you know, would have still been up $700 versus down. I'm still like up 200 on Bitcoin, but I was up like 1,500. So all the trades throughout the year were like really successful, and you know, you kind of get into that, but you always have to follow your rules. That's, you know, when you see a change in the market, just let it do its thing. Like, you don't need to be emotional about it. Like, market's doing something you can't control. You don't control any of this. You're just along for the price ride. Like, the stock market is an ocean, and you're out there bouncing around like a little surfer, and you're waiting for your trade, and you're waiting for your wave, and you get on it, and you hope that you can stay on it. And not every wave or trade works. And that's okay. You just get the next one and the next one. Like, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to get the next one. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you can't get the next wave. Yeah. Next year I'm not going to eat so much. Random thought of the day. Like, we're not making that much food. We're not buying that much food. We're gonna have like a turkey, and then we're gonna have, so random, get all my thoughts out on stream. Like, we'll have the turkey. I like the turkey. But yeah. Ladder swap. See here, IBIT, biggest loss. Tears in my eyes for this month's stats, but that's what happens. So, boo-hoo. But what I'll do for the remainder of the month is just do 0DTEs. Those have actually worked pretty well. And then even trying the weeklies. So probably no more monthlies. I'll probably just do weeklies and dailies for this, for the options. So Monday, the game plan will be to put on a weekly trade as well as my daily trade. So the first trade I'll do is probably the daily trade, get that rolling and going, and then set up the weekly trade and let that ride for the week. Set it up for a Monday expiration. and then have my daily exploration. I don't think there's any breaks in this coming week. We don't get a break until the Christmas holiday. Shadow tanker? Do you know where it's gonna land? Okay. Got all your cameras and stuff? That's the month in... so going to... that I don't know. Bathroom, desk. Alright. Like, I didn't really eat that much for Thanksgiving. I don't feel like we... Like, I didn't really eat while we were preparing because it was already all made, so I just put it all in the oven. I did make a bread. Maybe had like one piece of bread and I don't know. I just feel like next year it's just gonna be like turkey, something else. I'm just like the turkey. Like that's where I'm at right now. Like that's like the amount of food I don't know. I don't want to feel this way. Like it's like a food hangover. My stomach still isn't right. Like it still feels bleh. Just been drinking like tea and coffee and water. Or maybe it's just like something in there doesn't agree with my stomach. Maybe it's like an allergy. Just I don't know. Anyway, let's focus back on the big takeaway for me. Follow however rules you come up with yourself for yourself, like follow them. Mine was supposed to be that you sell these or you get rid of these positions once they're 1.5 times over the credit received, which is kind of a normal risk management strategy, and I didn't follow that. And my Bitcoin went from a winning strategy to a losing strategy, and I didn't do anything about it. So that's sad. I want to see if I can still get consistency in this strategy. I'm looking for something. What I'm looking for is something that can be somewhat consistent. So can I use... if the market's going up, can we use put spreads? If the market's going down, can I use call spreads consistently to make money every day? I find that I sit in these trades a little bit better than I would with just buying calls and puts. I feel like I get more winners. I feel like, because my win rate is at like 70% for this strategy on the year. But there's only so many trades. There's actually only like 20 trades, so it's not that many trades. So we're going to have to see if we can pick that up and get more profit from them. The goal this month was to size up. That's the other reason maybe there's a bigger loss, is that the losses I did take on some of the day trades are bigger because I sized it up. So we'll see. And then I think there's also rules around, how much credit you're actually getting each day. Is it worth your time and money to put the trade on? That's something I want to think about too. Like, what are the guardrails for these trades? And consult ChatGPT so that the thoughts kind of get a little bit more organized and finalized. But really just follow the rules. I think that's the main thing to shoot for. On to the next thing. So looking out for this coming month, I think the big thing is to follow the rules. And then continue to try to use AI to refine and build the strategy and be a partner in And then I don't know, like I was trading futures pretty well. I don't know if I can get into that. I'd like to hold them longer. Find a way to be able to hold them longer and get more out of them than just like a day trade. Because the real power is when these things start to go up, you know, 100, 200, 300 points. And that's where you're going to get those big wins. Really master the strategy, and then I need to put something out there, like even if it's just simple as far as like some type of course or education. Like I have all this stuff in my head, I need to get it out. I think that's an important step in all of this as well, is like you learn so much, but you need to get it out. So I need to get out, you know, what are these put spreads? What's the strategy? Why am I using it? How am I using it? Why did I pick that instrument? You know, and even just like what a 0 DTE is, like why those exist, you know, all of those things kind of need to be out there to fully explain what I'm doing and be able to give it to other people to do too. That's just getting the act of like completing the circle. Like you learned it, used it, and now you have to kind of solidify it in your brain. You have to close the loop on the learning that you've done on this topic, in order to kind of move forward. Alright, let's keep going. Let's focus on what's coming up that's new. So last week, good week, even though it was a short week. Markets are up across the board. There was that blip on Friday, I didn't even. That's why things happened then. So it's good I wasn't trading on Friday, because the whole outage, and I wouldn't trade anyway. Pricing was still kind of funky, I would say. Like, even though like I got out of those, I did see like the warning or whatever. Also didn't say that it was I gotten out of my trades, but I didn't want to hold them. Honestly, I didn't want to hold them in December. I really want to try the 0DT out. I mean, I'll have my weekly positions, but I don't like the other position. Like, I watch Bitcoin be at 65, but just watch it go up higher. Because I think honestly that's the way that works. It's gonna go through wild swings. It's gonna trade something like a Tesla, you know, it's just gonna be, you're gonna have 10% up, 10% down in the same week. I think it's just a little thing to trade and you have to be able to do that. Ultimately, Bitcoin, that's just how it is. An alternative asset, it's not something that, like they try to say it is somewhat correlated, it gives you a signal of risk on, risk off. We can get it right now, and it trades 24/7, so it's the kind of the constant barometer of risk sentiment. So if it's going up, you know, that's a great sign that the market's probably going to go up, that there's more risk on. Going down, maybe it's off. So right now it's up slightly, so that's good. Before the over after a holiday, so that's good. Our sectors did so gold, mining, ITB. Oh yeah, huh. Semiconductors for discretionary and energy. Up, up and away. There's on the market cap, so all of our big players are up. Berkey's up. Wow. Now what I'll do after this though, I'll make my short and then maybe I had this video I promised I'd do this weekend. I did make two sourdoughs, although I'm working on the inside of it. Like it doesn't look like it has like those bigger holes. Like I haven't been able to do that yet. I think I did it once. I'm getting a really good crust now, so like the stretch and folds are working. But like I have to take it out. Like when I take it out of the refrigerator, it kind of needs to like sit for a second, and then I have to put it in the oven. Like what I've been doing is kind of like I let it sit, but I'm not quite ready to use it. So like it doesn't, I take it out, but I don't use it right away. That's kind of causing the problem. Off topic. Let's do losers on the week by market cap. Oh yeah, and then thinking about something more positive, like thinking about what that'll be, you know, coming streams. Or this month, I think the goal is to kind of develop a theme list for next year and like what that's gonna look like. What stocks to look for in the new year, and maybe making an actual bet on that. So pick like a group of stocks and like, you know, say, hey, these are kind of my buy and hold. This is the theme that I'm thinking about for 2026, and like really lean into that. Because I know that buy and hold works. With the long term count, like that's something that works. So I think my brain just thing my volume. This on the top of the list though? Default thing? Really should be looking at the cards. I don't think there's any big earnings slow down. Let's go. I'm kind of behind on the. And then, like, I think a theme for myself is like, how can I use AI to make things bigger and better, and maybe like, I mean, ultimately, like, I think to make the most impact, like, you have to give value, and so I have to figure out how to do that. You know, how do I give value back? How do I do that and like not burn myself out and not feel like I'm giving up all of my time to fulfill some other kind of mission? I guess that's what I feel like now is like, I don't mind working hard really, but it's like, mission are you working for? You know, what mission are you working for? Get it? Oh shit. Oh, they upped the prices. Okay. Man, he knows a lot of intel. I need to know what he knows. How does he know? I'm still alive. Airplane friend. Friend. How does he know? Well, that's good. All right, we're getting some AI news. Oh wait. Yeah, Alphabet Rally, that's right. Oh, and silver too. And then yeah, the rate cut odds, why are they so wild? Like, it's never been the case before, like. Best Buy raised its full year guidance. Wow, okay. Kohl's is doing really well. So people are buying stuff. Oh, but was it down on... Ooh, just barely eked out. It's like barely for... Yeah, November was down. Huh. But coming out of it. Coming out of it. November 20th was like the low. Now we're like right back where we... Huh. So we need to get above the November 17th or November 12th, the November 12th high. Above that. Okay. Cool. Then let's see. It's just changing. I just wanted something to change. That's all I wanted on that one. Change? Okay. I want... Market call. Oh yeah! There's no non-farm paper next week. This show still investors get a sense to... Okay. I don't know, 2 weeks? I don't know. What? SanDisk is now part of the S&P 500. What? SanDisk recently joined the S&P 500 index, with its inclusion becoming effective Friday, November 28th. That's why the fucking price went up. When the fuck was this news released? New Year Gold. Make sure you know when this is gonna happen. Alright, who's coming in, who's coming out? Upwork is going into small cap 600. SanDisk is being deleted from the S&P small cap 600, but it's being added to the S&P 500. Bitcoin climbed. A record 186 million people are expected to shop from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday this year. Let's go. I did my part, but I have to pay my credit card, so that's getting all my money. So there's a little bit of news this week. Let me look at the calendar. So we get ISM, manufacturing, I'll speak. That's not till later. I don't know how important he is. Wednesday we get ADP, ISM services. Thursday we get, I don't think we get core PC, get sentiment. But no real there's a few earnings, but not too crazy. So I guess I'm just, it's still the same thing. I'm gonna lean into my 0 DTE spreads on SPY because that's been working. Maybe set up a weekly and then start to think about what the new year is gonna look like, and some of the changes even I want to make to this media creation, and how maybe adding to it by explaining what I do and how I decide to trade. I think that might be helpful. And what could be helpful for me and what could be helpful to explain to somebody else what I do. Maybe if it works, maybe it's something that somebody else could do too. They could adapt it for their own style. Like, that's kind of the goal. I think right now, done. I went through everything. Let's summarize. Guess I can do that myself. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and make my short. I think that's the next thing that I'll go and do. And then from there... No. Yeah, we fixed the problem. And I made it an hour streaming, so that's pretty good. We filled the whole hour, I think. I don't think there was like 30 minutes of downtime, so that's good. And we'll try to do it again next week and see how the first week of December goes. So with that, I wish you first day what? What's that mean? Okay, first day of Advent, end of Thanksgiving, starting a new month, and again, this is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended to be financial advice or a recommendation. Trading is risky. Do your research. You saw this month I lost money, so it can happen to anybody. But with that, I wish you a safe and profitable trading week, and we'll see you next time.